Welcome to episode 19 of the DMC live chat. PJ here, joined by my cohorts and Mr. Martin there. Good evening, Martin.
Evening, gents.
Mr. Laz Pax. No, just Laz will do. How are you, Laz? From Laz
Evening, everyone. Evening.
And we've got Luke from Diecast Rival.
Evening, everyone.
Welcome back. Welcome to everybody that's in the chat. There probably isn't anybody in the chat at the moment. We need to bring that up. Ian's there. Good evening, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
We'll start off doing our round table. Everybody seems to be tired this time, this week. We're all a little bit. I don't know. After the Lord Mayor's show, as the old saying goes. So let's start with Martin. Martin, what you been up to this week, buddy?
Yeah, I've been doing the Army Challenge or the Military Vehicle Challenge. I'm nearly finished that. It should be finished tomorrow. I had a bit of a miss out this afternoon on it, but I've overcome that, as you do, and that's all sorted. And I'm just getting organised for the end of the month video for purchases and donations, getting it all sorted out, ready to rock and roll, and looking into December's work. That's what I've been looking at, trying to plan December's work now. So there you go, that's me.
Luke, you been up to, mate?
Currently working on next week's video. The Dinky Toys 29B Streamline Bus. Now, if you'd watched Purchases video, this was all bashed in. Posts were missing. I've replaced all the posts down the side there, straightened it all up. I've been working on that, so that's ready for paint tomorrow. And I'm just looking into doing some bits just for the detailing engines. I'm going to start printing off my own V8 engines that I'm going to start fitting to cars. This is some of the detailing bits that I bought from. You can see it there.
Awesome. Yeah.
They're basically soft metal. They're ranging from 0.4 up to 5 mil. And I've also got some small wiring cable as well. Sorry. So they're going to make up water pipes, wiring, HT leads, stuff like that. I've also downloaded turbos, intercoolers, starter motors. So plan is heavily detail the engine, batteries, slam them on the backside, big set of grabbers on the back, and a big blower sticking out the bonnet. So that's one for the week after, hopefully.
I just realised that we've still got your name as Top Restorer. I don't know if that was by. Yeah.
Can my head still fit in the screen? It's not too big, is it?
Good stuff, but I'll sort that out in a minute.
But yeah, that's all I've been up to.
Good lad. Lad, what have you been up to, buddy?
Yeah, I just finished the Skoda today, Matchbox Skoda 130, and Major Pack 2, I think is the cattle truck, and I'm doing a Corgi, forgot the name of it, the little one, the one I showed Martin today. I can't remember the name.
I remember what it is, lad. I just can't remember what you showed me now. Yeah.
I did show you, yeah. Anyway, I'll do that, and I've got another one, a dinky rubbish collector on the go, so they will be coming soon.
Cool.
And some paint stripping today.
Nice one. Me myself, I've been still playing about with the 3D spares project that we've got going on. So I'll get a couple of cars, so we can now do the canopy for the Ford pickup truck.
All right. Yeah.
We've got that. We've of course got the sorry, pick these up and be careful with them. The Land Rover luggage, we can do that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of trucks that all take the same size kind of lid, canopy. So things like this, this light, so you can just see it's ridged there with the studs on the bottom. That goes on one of, I think it's on the Mercedes truck. So we've got a list of models, and at the moment 6 of those models we can now reproduce parts for. And the way that we're going to go about it is, obviously there's postage involved, but anybody wants to have any of these parts, donate to our licensing fund, to our PayPal account, and we'll try and work something out with people. So that's good. And then I went off on my own creature feature, as I've been doing, and just coming up for Christmas, I managed to do Audrey 2 from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That took 7.5 hours to print.
Little Shop of Horrors, you mean?
Say again, sorry.
Yeah.
The Little Shop of Horrors.
What does that say?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rock, I do apologize. Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, although same kind of thing, really.
Feed me,
come out
see
really
more,
well
feed me.
detailed.
Mm.
So chuffed with that. That'd be a nice little painting job when it comes up. So in the chat, joined by Kev. Kev, I did try to call you last night, but you was greyed out. And Ian saying a big thank you to Tony Hughes. I received my parcel this morning. Top bloke, pair of top blokes there, Ian Ulley and Tony Hughes. Evening, Mick. Play ups, which is Russ. Mick, yeah, Mick. I play ups. Ian Ulley. It's a Venus flytrap. No, it's not bloody Venus flytrap. It's Audrey.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
Feed me, see. No, don't get stuck. We're not doing karaoke on this one. It's bad enough on a Friday night. Saying hey Kev, I play ups good. So I think that's everybody online. Good stuff. We've got nothing set for this one, and Martin quite assures me every time we do this that we'll just shoot the breeze and we'll be all right. So that being said, I did do a bit of a search on our favourite AI app and asked it the question: what would you be looking for if you went to a toy fair? What the top items that you take into consideration when you go to a toy fair? I didn't receive any calls last night. I was ready and waiting. Apologies, Kev. We'll have to try it again. If you back next Friday, we'll try it again, mate. We did have some issues last night, I must admit, so it may be Messenger playing up on our end. So, what would you be looking for if you went to a toy fair? What do you take into consideration? So we'll go around the houses, and if anybody stumbles on one of these that has been suggested, then we'll talk the subject matter out. A little bit convoluted one, this one, but a bit of fun, I suppose. So, Martin, you actually said one when you first said, which was
price. Obviously, for me, it would be the price. The amount you're collecting, you've always got for the price. You don't want to play. It's like most things. You've got to watch it on still. Your image appears reversed for some reason on your screen. Is anybody else reverse? Toy creator, is it complete? Is it? Yeah. So Martin was spot on, and our little AI app said, "Got to go back to it now." Right, pricing. Market value. Research similar models online or in collector guides to avoid overpaying. Point 2 was condition versus price. Balance the asking price against the toy's condition, rarity, and your ability to restore or repair it. So, anything to add to pricing, that chaps, that you can think about other than that?
I tend to go for stuff I do, PJ. Now, I've literally 2 days ago overpaid for a model, really. I've been after the Cavalier 130 SRI for a long time. Now, I managed to find one in a 125 scale and I paid 70 quid for it. But I wanted it, so I bought it. What it's actually worth, I don't know, because I've not come across one that size before. So,
I guess rarity is if these items don't come up very often, you're going to pay. You'll pay top end.
Yeah.
Your own personal choice. This is what I want. You don't have to buy it. Obviously, it's there.
No.
You don't have to buy it. But if it's something that you want, especially if it's a as I mentioned to Ian earlier on, a themed vehicle, you do a lot of restoring projects where the weekly builds. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
every now and again, one of those is a special build. Let me just bring. I think we've lost Martin for the time being. No, he's back. Are you back, Martin? He's
Yeah,
back.
I don't know what there. It just went off.
Yeah, the internet's been a bit twitchy the last couple of days, especially with Messenger and Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah, so themed cars, it's a personal choice, but you just got to keep your eye on it. So that was pricing. So what other category would you be? What else would you be looking for when you go to a toy fair? Pricing is one.
Condition.
Luke kind of vaguely touched on one.
I would look for condition myself personally.
Condition. Right.
Yeah.
So what have we got under condition? Condition of the toy car, absolutely spot on. Physical damage. Check for cracks, dents, missing parts or broken components. Paintwork. Inspect for scratches, chips or faded colours. Original paint in good condition, adds value. Rust or corrosion. Examine metal parts for rust, especially in older die-cast models. So there you go. It's we keep losing Martin. Is dropping it in and out. So
yeah,
It's crazy for some reason tonight.
he's having a bit of a mare. Bless him.
Yeah.
So yeah, condition.
Yeah.
Are there any times when you've picked a model up and gone, no, not touching that? I mean, we've been around the three of us. Well,
Yeah.
3 out of the 4 of us have been around the toy
You
fairs
do.
together.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Pick it up and say, well, it's not worth the money they're asking for it. So you've got two things there. You've got your price and condition. They're interlinked, aren't they?
Yeah. So is it what's the worst car that you've picked up, do you think, but you've still gone ahead and purchased it? You see what I'm getting at?
yeah.
Have you picked up something that's really bad and then you thought to yourself, I'm still going to take this and have it and see if I can restore it?
I don't think I have, PJ, really. No,
The one that I had off you, Luke. Can you remember that box of stuff that you brought to Stafford?
Yeah.
And somebody, this, I think it was the Renault. It was like Jason and the, not Jason. Yeah, it's Jason, the Technical Dream Coat, isn't it? Or yeah, it was all colours. But you felt that sorry for it. You just had to take it home and restore it. Like, and we've lost Martin again. So
I've bought like job lots and stuff in the past, and there's stuff come out of there that's not really worth your time, but you do it anyway, don't you? Because you like the model, like the bus that I'm doing now. Probably not many people would have tackled it; they just put it to the scrap. Put my time in. It's turned out quite nice.
Do you recall the worst one that you've ever had, Laz?
I had a few. I mean, the Majorette Ford Escort I've done not so long ago. It was completely covered with metallic silver paint, even the glosses. And I was eyeballing that for I think 2 years. Plus, he had the fat big wheels, you know, that Majorette done sometimes in the middle of the 80s. And I was thinking I would like to do that because I would like to see that car, you know, restored, give a new life to that. But I had a few, I had a few ones you could not recognize because they were so overpainted. I do like them because I can see when I start the restoration, I can see how that's going to look.
You see a possibility of what the end game is going to be.
Yeah. I really like cars which are really, really overpainted or really, the far end of extremely abused. I do like those because the bigger the challenge, the better the end product is, I think.
Yeah, and it may be that you've got a couple of them types of cars. You can make one good one out of that.
Oh yeah, I also do sometimes one car out of 3.
Yeah.
So I can use the glass from this one, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Worst car, Martin, that you've ever restored? Can you recall what was the worst thing you've ever done?
Damage wise,
yeah,
I'm just trying to think which one it was. At this up to now, anyway, I've got about 6 or 7 which are severely damaged, which I shall be working on at the moment. But broken pillars mostly. That little Rover was that little Crescent Rover, that little orange one I did, what was really badly pitted and corroded. I would say condition wise, that was the worst one, apart from the broken pillars and stuff like this. But I've got a few crushed ones to do, which is going to take time to work out how to do it on camera so you can see what I'm doing. I need a few practice. I've got one from a subscriber. It was a Volkswagen minibus, Corgi, and he painted it all, bless him, and he dropped it and accidentally stood on it, and all the roof was pushed to one side, and front pillars are broken, and everything else. I managed to straighten the roof out best I can. So yeah, I've got a lot to do, so that they will be coming on the channel. It's just getting to be able to film it whilst doing it, if you know what I mean, so you can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Broken pillars are fairly straightforward to film, but when you're sort of doing twisting roofs and bending metal, trying to get it on camera without because the camera can get in your way sometimes when you're trying to work.
You can just have a film. You could just have a session completely about fitting pillars and posts and whatever you like.
Oh yeah, there's different ways of doing pillars and posts, isn't there?
Sorry, PJ.
Good mate.
I was just about to say I used the thingy for the first time, that bicarb today. Usually I use the filings off the casting. I was quite impressed with it. It worked well. First time using it. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's strong, that is, but and what I do is my filings as well. I sometimes put the filings in the super glue. You know what I mean? Help it out a little bit. Yeah.
Just going back to the chat then. So Kev says, I went to a toy fair today. I was looking for my usual stuff for bangers, plus stuff for my son and for Andy and Martin. John, good evening, John. Welcome along. Hi, everyone. What do you think about the water-based paint sprays? Thank you. What do you think? Well, the more questions we get from the chat, the better, because we're going to be stumbling along here a bit. So, water-based spray cans, Mark.
Yeah, that's like the high coats, the water-based acrylics, the high coats, and your Alfords and stuff. Yeah, they're cool. They're good. Just thin coats, the normal thing. A good primer, rub it down. Thin coats, and you should be okay with that.
Yeah, we use it a lot, don't we? High coat and Alfords.
It's quick drying. It's quick drying. Yeah. Heat your casting up, obviously. Get your paint warm as well, and it'll go on all right. Yeah, like you say, rub your primer down, a bit of wet and dry, right on with your paint. Sometimes you can, if you want to, you can rub your paint down before you.
Oh, he's froze again. Bless him. There he goes.
Tonight.
Not having a good night, is he? Yes. as the zombies said, it is the time of the season. So if I mean, Laz, you always used to spray outside, didn't you? I don't know whether you still do.
Yeah, I still spray outside. Yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
a bit cold now,
Yeah,
so I need to be quick because the model, the casting, and the spray is kept here inside,
yeah.
and then I go outside. Yeah, I need to be quick to paint.
Oh, so you just get a dull effect, you
Yeah, I just quickly
know.
paint and come back in.
Sentimental is also a reason for buying. Yeah, I think that's that. Well, that's interesting because I think that is one of them. So that's one of the topics. So I'll have a quick look. In actual fact, I better split it off. Also, be scooting backwards and forwards. I'm going to put that one down, Russ, to personal interest because there's 11, and that's the closest it comes to it. Personal interest. Consider how the toy fits into your collection. Is it a nostalgic piece, part of a theme, or something you've always wanted? So yeah, absolutely, it's sentimental. I mean, how many times have we talked about those models when we first started? You replace either the models that you used to have as a kid, or you go down a particular theme because it might be Jerry Anderson, or it just might be Matchbox, or with Martin, it might be Dinky. Sentimental value, Luke, have you brought any with a sentimental attitude? You thought, oh, I love that one, I've got to have that one, or
Yeah, Christine. That's Flaming Fury.
Yeah.
No, that film, I loved it when I was younger. I watched it recently, and it's still just as good now because someone can go a bit iffy as you get older, can't they?
Yeah.
When you watch them back, they're not the same. But yeah, the Plymouth Fury for me.
It's funny you should say that because I watched a film from the early 80s called The Exterminator, and it was a brutal. A lot of them movies in them days were brutal slasher type movies, and blood and guts and whatever you like. But anyway, I watched this again with different eyes. It was garbage. It was so bad. At the time, I thought it was the best thing from Slice of Bread. Laz, sentimental value. Have you brought one that means more to you than anything else?
I think I did, yes. I had a Renault 5 by Corgi, 1-36. And I had that from my dad back in the 80s, and I've lost that one. And I haven't lost it, but there was a lot of things missing, the glass, obviously, and the bumpers were broken. So I bought another one, exactly another one. And I did restore that, but I changed the color on it. Just as I said, I finished the Skoda today, Skoda 130, which we had. So that's the second Skoda I finished. So wherever I see a Skoda, I buy or I try to save it so I can restore. Because that's what. Because I used to drive. That was the first car I've been driving.
I'm just trying to think which was the first of my themed cars. It was either the Captain Scarlet Special Patrol car, which was like a saloon. It was the red one, or it was the USS Enterprise Dinky version that fired discs at the front of it. I've got several of them. One I restored in studio condition as opposed to just all white because Martin. This was one of the things you come across when you first start doing models that somebody else isn't already doing the same one as you're doing, so you have to diversify a bit. Wait. So yeah, in answer to your question, John, yeah, we use a lot of water-based spray cans. Childhood memories, Mick says. I don't think that's one of them, but I know what you mean, Mick. Ian saying water-based paints are fine, better for the environment. You will need a good quality lacquer to give it a good shine. True. Martin's got a hokey internet in and out and shaking it all about. Yes, he has. It's pretty steady for the last. Andy's in the house, which is closer to the router. Also, for me, I look for the cheap stuff. So yeah, Kevin's just hit on the pricing, which mentioning that. Jerry's here. Jessica, good evening, Jerry. How are you, mate? good to see you. My worst damage. Ian said my worst damaged car was a Corgi Austin A60 driving school car that a friend's child found it in their 1960 garden. They dug it up. And Luke, Ian is also saying, Luke, your voice is a bit out of sync. So,
all right.
Yeah.
It's all playing up tonight, mate.
Yeah, it is a bit. Now I've noticed it is a bit out of sync. Yeah. It's been one of them nights, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm not into this streaming thing we're using, PJ.
Yeah.
I think we should go back to the other one.
We'll have a chat about that. But it's gone up. The thing is, it's gone up a considerable amount of money.
As it is, we'll have to use it.
Yeah. Do you want to try and just do a quick relog and then come back?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
All right, mate. I mean, Laz is fine. So.
Right, you know what's getting out now.
Let's see if I can.
We know.
There he goes. Down to 2, and then there was 2. We're doing really well. I've got my dog here, if that helps. She won't leave us alone. Jerry, my first was the number 9 Matchbox Dennis Fire Escape. My mum got it at a jumble sale. Bless. We just wait for the boys to relog. Let's see if no, he's disappeared. Right, okay.
So I'll wait, then I keep it
We'll
like
just
this.
hang fire for a second. Yeah. So personal interests. So that one of the other statements was a seller's reputation. So you would buy. You probably go to a toy fair knowing the seller's is back. Try again, mate. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah,
I'll do.
Just saying, Luke, that one of the things that to consider seller's reputation. So you go into a toy fair and it might be somebody that you brought off before that you know is reliable and the stuff is good. We mentioned, so I don't know whether I should ask this, right, but your wife's not in there with you, Luke, at the minute now. Would you be prepared to divulge what's the most expensive vehicle you've brought?
It's hard to say, really, PJ. I don't like to spend any more than £100. I have spent £100 on one, yeah.
Well, Crocky, I'd have kittens if I spent that much. Yeah.
I like the stuff from the 80s. It's actually not in here. I've got an RS500. It's a 1/18 scale. That's a lovely model, that is. That's in the house. That.
I mean, we've talked on about. I mean, we both went to Dagfields and brought a Capri each. That was 20+ quid. But then you've got to consider whatever you've got to do to it to get it up to scratch. I mean, you go to the extremes with your restaurant. That's not a criticism. It's just it is. You go to extremes to get yours as good as they get, which is admirable. But the amount of work, paint, material, you could add another 10 to 15 quid on it. So
it's not too bad for me, PJ. Price of stuff. There's your undercoats are factored in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mix my own paint, so it's cheaper than VA guys buying your cans of paint.
Yeah. Lads, what's the? Oh, we've got somebody who's Martin's back. Is he?
We'll try again.
He's been out. He's moved house, brought a new connection to the internet, brought a new.
I've done all the usual. I've done all the usual troubleshooting.
We'll see how long you last. Last most expensive vehicle that you've brought. Not, I know you pay for. You have job lots. Excuse me. You have job lots now and again. But individually, what's the most you've spent on a car? Can you remember?
I think it was the Corgi Toys, Chrysler with the V8 engine, V6.4 engine. I paid 35 quid with the box.
Yeah.
I think that was the most expensive I bought. Yeah.
I'm
You know,
expecting,
the little
sorry.
corgi at the back window. That one,
Yeah.
you know, the blue one or green one. I think mine was a blue one. And I did buy that because of the box, because I had a nicer one, but had no box. And this one, the one I bought was green, but there was a door missing. So I kept the green one as a part, and I put the box with the blue one nicely. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about price. The most expensive one, if you're prepared to divulge it, that is. What's the? Because I don't think Werner's in the room with you. what's the most expensive car that you've purchased? Not a job lot, just an individual one.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I would say one of the most expensive would be something I bought for my Jaguar collection. You know, but regarding to cars to restore, I paid. It was the Auto Transporter, Dinky Auto Transporter, the red one. I paid about 30 to £40 for that, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's,
I try to get as least as possible for it, obviously. But you know, now and again, you have to stump up to get what you want.
Go on, lads.
Correction. I just remembered. I paid £50 for a corgi. I think it was the, you know, the Chipperfield horse transporter.
Yeah.
£55 with the box.
Yeah, you're not close. You're not close to our friend here, who's Luke, who's Mr. Money, Mr. Moneybags.
No.
Yeah.
I just wanted it. So
My-
that's the trouble. It depends how bad you want it.
It does, mate. I'm just.
I'm not a top restorer, so
No, we're not top restorers like you, mate. I must change that.
I'm just lazy low collectibles.
But we'll leave it for now. We'll give him his minute.
We're just peasants, lads.
We're just
That's
peasants
all we
compared
are.
to yeah.
At least you know your place, Martin. Good lad.
Yeah, no, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been told me like, please, sir.
Yeah,
Sire.
What was I saying? Yeah. So the Space 1999 Eagle lander for me, 40 quid. But as I was saying earlier on, that was not completely complete. Double entendre. So I had to buy some thrusters for it and replacement parts. So that probably ended up being about 65 by the time it was done. But then again, as I completely agree with Luke, there is that one model that you really want. You'll go out and you'll get it.
Yeah, I think more so for a collector than a restorer. I think a collector will pay the money for a toy mint box or whatever, you know. But more of a restorer buys it to basically take it apart and restore it to whichever way he wants to do it, whether he wants to do a code 3 or restore it to factory finish or just do his own twist on it. So there is a difference between a collector paying for something and a restorer paying for something. But like, you know, like when I collect Jaguars and that, you know, not so much now as I used to. But yeah, if there's one in the collection that you're missing and it comes up and you've got a price in your head, you're willing to pay for it, and that's it. The danger I found is to enter into a bidding war with somebody because you think you want it, but then you get, before you know it, you've gone over your budget. You got to stick to your budget and say that's what I think it's worth, and that I ain't paying no more than that for it. Because you know, it can get a bit out of hand if you're not careful. Yeah.
Just pop into the chat again. Ian saying, my go-to chap I saw yesterday had a dinky Captain Scarlet Spectrum Pursuit vehicle. He had painted it black. Painted it black. Painted it black. Painted Captain Scarlet black, and said it was rare. It was in a repro box, and it was £220.
It's not rare because they never do it in black, did they? So it can't be rare, can it?
Can you remember when we went to Stafford and I was
Yeah.
talking to that guy
Yeah.
who got the Jerry Anderson store?
Yeah.
And he'd done
Yeah.
negative versions of everything.
Yeah.
So he'd done black SPV,
Yeah.
all sorts. But
It
he
does
was
make me
selling them for
smile.
about £85.
It does make me smile when people come up and say, "Oh, well, they're rare," and then you look down the listing, or if you know what, if you know your die cast, you know how they're rare. You know.
If in
Mm.
doubt, Martin, hit it with an arm on, turn it off and on again. Usually works. I think Ian's on about your internet connection.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets. I don't know why. Sometimes it gets like that around here because we're we're out in the country. Yeah, us peasants. We live out in the sticks. I think I've got to go outside and get the punker wallet to pedal a bit faster on that bike. Yeah.
Right. So, any do you want to take a stab in anybody? Does anybody want to take a stab in the dark at another heading, or what else you would look for when you go to a toy collector's fair? If not, I'll reel them off. If not, go on.
Can I go? Yeah.
Yeah.
I normally look for example, if I have a really nice corgi toys, something, the bigger ones, 1 to 36, and if I see a reasonable price box, I will buy the box for the car.
I don't know how he does it. He's our European man from mystery, our European colleague, size and scale. So it's on the head. Yeah, size matters apparently when you go looking for cool cars.
Yes,
I know that we've since moved on to when I first started doing this. I haven't done many for a while, but it was all 1/64 scale until I met up with the likes of Martin and people like that, and then you automatically start to work. It was easy to work on the bigger models, like a 143.
Yes, the details are better.
Yeah.
But I also look. Yes.
Yes, carry on, Loss. Carry on.
I also look, for example, cars from my childhood. Like there's a lot of like the Agostini, a lot of brands. They produce these old socialist cars. So if I see a very nice Warburg or Dacia or Skoda, Žiguli, I do buy those as well if they're really nice. And most of the time, just look for parts really. If I see, if I know what project I'm on, and if I see something for a matchbox, I just buy for the windscreen or buy for the, for the engine bay or something. That's what I look for.
Yeah, I think another thing is to look for if I'm looking for something is unusual, something different, which is not running your mill. You got your corgis, dinkies. Are there an obscure manufacturer or something which is made that there's not many about? If you say something unusual, something different.
Is getting this now. We now get into the thought pattern behind this, because that's another topic, Martin. Rarity and demand. So
because I mean I've been looking at these Matchbox Big M. They call it's Matchbox Big MX. Yeah. And what they basically did, I know it sounds a bit gimmicky. What Matchbox did, they did a series of, they were dioramas, but they were working dioramas. It's how can I explain it? Let's try one. They got a refuse truck, and it goes up on a ramp, and it dumps its rubbish in this silo.
Right.
And how it works is you get like a handheld drill, and it has a plastic piece on the end which locates in the die cast.
Yeah.
You spin it, and it operates it, and it operates the track that it goes on. There's like 2 or 3 different location points that you put it in, called Big BMX. And I think they did a building site with a crane. They did the dump truck, a bulldozer in a quarry, and what the most expensive one, and the hard to get hold of, is a lorry with the 3 tractors coming out of the factory. That one. and they did a fire engine. They did about 6, I think, of these big BMX, big MX they call it. So yeah, if I was looking for something, I'd be looking for something different like that, because they are basic Matchbox toys. They're taken from the Matchbox range, but they've just had an additional worm put in with this gadget. Yeah.
So rarity and demand, limited editions falls into this category. Check the car is part of a limited production run or a rare series. Year of production, older models, especially pre-1970s, are often more sought after. Popularity, cars modelled after iconic vehicles, Batmobile, James Bond, Aston Martin.
TV things, TV related,
older, higher value. And going back to the scale and size, ensure the car scale 1/18, 1/24, 1/64 scale aligns with your collection or display preferences. It's quite interesting. It's amazing. This, you wouldn't think that asking this AI this question is to come back with so much information. This is quite bizarre.
It's has its uses, obviously. Yeah, has its uses.
So, well, I'm going to reel these other few off so that we can just get through them. Authenticity. So a manufacturer's markings, look for brand stamps, logos, or serial numbers, e.g. Matchbox. Because we're in the process at the minute of creating a library of Matchbox vehicles. That's where we start our starting point. There's
also to check whether it's been restored or not, because there is some good restorers out there. To see it's not. I think quite a few people, if they're a bit naive, can fall into the trap of buying what I think is a mint car or truck, and it's not. It's been restored, but to a fairly good standard, Sometimes it can be. Sorry, Luke. Laz, carry on, mate.
No. Carry on. After you.
Yeah, I'm just going to say they can be restored to quite high value. I think there was somebody who was trying to palm off certain Matchbox vehicles as rare vehicles, and they were just restored in that colour. And I think he was charging a lot of money for them. But there is, there is dodgy people out there who will do that, But so it's worth keeping your eye open. And if you're not sure, if it's too good to be true, check.
It possibly is.
Yeah.
I did read the Corgi book yesterday, and it says an honest and respectable dealer will state if the car is restored.
Of course he will.
Yeah. I just wanted to say I've got these two taxis, you see, just the rarity and demand. This one has red interior. I don't know if you can see. And this one has white interior. Exactly the same cars, taxi. I think the red one with the red interior, it worth 5-6 times more than the one with the white. And you see, if you go on the market and you just look, it doesn't really, it's not a big difference, isn't it? It's just two taxis. This one is actually in a better condition than this one. But you see, if you're a collector, you know that the one with the red interior worth more, even if it's in a worse condition than this one.
You've got to think that those interiors will fit multiple vehicles.
Yes. But then you need to see if it's restored. You see if this is the original rivet or not, because obviously it's really easy to change the interior or repaint the interior. And look, this is a red interior. That's $600, for example.
Yeah. The thing is, it just might be an interesting subject is who designates whether it's rare or not. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the numbers of product, the numbers that car's been produced.
Yeah.
I think, because I think I did read in the Matchbox book that this they made less, the one with the red interior.
I know they did a lot of trials on different colours on Dinkies and Corgis, and 1 or 2 trial colours, which are prototype colours or colours that they were introduced, and then they retracted it. So it's because there's not there's a fair bit of information, but not that much information, if you know what I mean, not on the ground level. But yeah, I think you have to go, like you say, lads, by numbers mostly, I would say.
Yeah, I don't really understand, you know, that they, in these books, they always say the prices, but I think as soon as you release the book, the price is not accurate anymore.
Oh, yeah,
Because,
the
you know,
price is
takes
going
a
to change.
couple of months. Yeah,
Yeah.
prices drop, prices, you know, rises. So
Yeah.
I always think that it's just a good, like you know, like a reference point, how much that would worth.
Yeah.
But anyway, if nobody gives you the price, that the car doesn't worth that much.
No, because it's like you say, it swings and roundabouts. 1 month it's, I mean, back in the 80s, I think the die cast were very expensive, and then it dropped, and it peaked again and dropped. It goes up and down, doesn't it, a lot? That's the thing. And I think it's climbing slowly now. I mean, I noticed on eBay the other day some job lots are going for really, really what I would call silly money.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I was telling you last afternoon that there's a job lot on there went for 120 odd pound, and it wasn't worth 50 quid, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Looking at the cars, and it wasn't worth 50 quid.
And they also do.
Really,
they also
really
do that. They put the best car on the top of the lot.
Yeah. Surprisingly,
jump.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to spend an hour focusing down to try and find out what's in the bottom of the pile, and you go, I just see the back wheel of a Land Rover there, right, and just make it. Yeah.
Just to get.
We got saying, I take cash to Toy Fair, so when I spent money, I have to go home. Yeah, a lot. Ian saying, PJ, the Space 1999 is actually the Eagle Transporter, and the other one is the Eagle Freighter with the nuclear waste barrels. That's absolutely spot on, Ian. Jerry saying, I once brought a Hot Wheels beach bomb for 100 GBP. But
yes. Yeah, that's the one with the surfing boards.
But most of what I get.
Oh, £2-3.
Most of what I get are 2 to 3 GDP. General,
British pounds.
$3, £2-3. Yeah. Mix them with my childhood toys. Ian saying, looks out for a sleeper model that. Look out for a sleeper model that the dealer either doesn't know about or doesn't value. It sometimes happens. Also, don't overdo look trains.
Train stores. They sometimes have a bulk of die-cast on the floor.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes train stores do, but usually 1/70 seconds or the Oxford die-cast and stuff like that.
We've kicked boxes under these stalls before now, just to
we're the little people. We're the little people crawling around the floor.
Yeah. Come for
we push
crap.
The kids out of the way. Yeah, we push the kids out of the way. Get out. Go on. Well, look at
it. Some of these toy fairs can be a bit brutal. You know, you got to stick your elbow down.
Yeah, especially when you get around if you look at the train stands where the railway stuff is, the old guys there, they're a bit handy. Yeah, they are a bit handy. They're pushing and shoving all the way. Yeah.
Jessica said, Les, if you have the taxi.
Yeah, they lose their head sometimes, I'll tell you.
Jessica said, Les, if you have the taxi with the grey plastic wheels, name your price. I will change the wheels to grey. If you want. That's a 5-minute job.
Jerry saying, lads, if you have the taxi with grey plastic wheels, name your price. So that's those two taxis. Yeah.
Just give me 10 minutes.
Just give me. Yeah. What about
when I made early? Yeah.
I'll be back.
John saying, what about haggling for a price at Toy Fair? I try to do it. Yeah.
You can.
I say £3 instead of £3.50. But a lot of stuff we go for is already down at
yeah.
You get to the point where they're paying us to take it away. So yeah.
We hang around and skip afterwards at the back.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough. I was on. Yes, absolutely. Driving off the custom, aren't we? We're just standing there, just looking over people's shoulders, like. What about haggling for a price at a toy fair? I try to do it. Yes. Ian's saying Graham Hamilton and his company Rocketon Toys. He's the UK's leading Matchbox collector. If you're unsure about any Matchbox toy, contact him for honest advice before parting with not any money. Okay. Play-ups, they're off the rails. So there you go. What else did we have? Spoke about condition of color, authenticity, rarity and demand, scale and size. Largely on that one. Functionality. So moving parts, ensure door hoods and trucks open.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit of a lame one, that I think. 'Cause if you're, depending what you, I mean, if you're there again, if you're, there's two different brackets, a collector and a restorer. You know what I mean? A collector's going to go for what he wants to add to his collection, and the restorer is going to look for something which he can restore, which obviously he needs all the parts on it. So he's going to look for the best possible casting with complete with boot, bonnet, doors, and all the working functions, the best that he can get it, which will reflect in the price. Whereas a collector will see it, look at it's brand new in the box, you know, or it'll be a rare one and he'll be looking for scratches, damage, you know, missing parts. And so there's two different, quite two different things going on there, isn't it, between the collector and the restorer?
So there's, I think that's pretty much covered it, but there are a few. It is worth taking some of these on board as a guide when you go to a toy fair. Provenance is another one. Ask the seller about the car's history or origin, especially for vintage items. Yeah. Sometimes, as Ian says, sometimes the seller doesn't know what he's selling. He's just got a load of cars and he's throw them in a box.
That's what happened with me when I bought that job lot the other month, and I ended up with that Jones's spot-on crane at the bottom of the box. The guy just didn't know when he got it. Obviously, just chucked it in there. It wasn't on the photos. And I was like a dog with two danglies, mate, when I say that.
And with that being said, I think at this point, I'd just like to thank a few of our friends that are not here with this month's benefactors. These people have helped by sending us a few quid to our licensing PayPal account. So we've got Mr. Ian Ollie, Mr. Laszlo Patsky, might happen to recognise him on screen, Mr. Luke Sampson, another chap I recognise, and Mr. Martin Dare. Tony and Ian have been doing a lot of work to help us out. Tony has been donating cars to people and asking them to deposit a thank you payment fund. Colin Turner was one of those people that did so. So as Joanne, Lee Jackson, we wish all our best to Lee, who's recovering from surgery, and we had a great top up put in by Les on behalf of Outlaw Paints. Go and visit Outlaw Paints. They are I don't think we've used them. We've sampled some of their stuff, but Outlaw Paints is worth visiting. Some of the paints and colours that they've got, it's worth taking on board. So if you want to be a benefactor for December, by all means, donate between £2 and £5. It'd be more than if you want to do so to our running costs. And there is a PayPal link there, which is paypal.me/DMC admin, and that can direct through to us. So there's that got out of the way. Martin, our poster has gone on strike. It'll be a while for your tonkers, says Jerry.
No worries, Joe, mate. No worries, mate. You should be getting your sign any day now.
Okay.
Oh no, if you're on strike, you won't, will you?
No. Goes
Well,
both
I hope
ways.
they don't I hope they don't flipping lose it. I hope they don't lose it, Jerry.
Kev saying I was rummaging through the 50p boxes on the floor with the traders today. Yeah.
I do like that. I do like that because I was just thinking when I was reading that comment that, you know what, I would rather give the 50p to somebody to buy a matchbox for parts than, buy it on eBay. And because this is a matchbox you buy on the market, it's possibly original, original glass, original wheels, original whatever interior. It's a lot better than the reproduction stuff. So that's a very good idea, I think, to go on the markets and just to pay 50p, £1. It's still cheaper if you buy a car for £1, for example, than, spending 150 on a glass plus postage. And you make the dealer happy as well because, he's getting rid of the cars, the stuff. It's a good
Kev
idea.
said a few bits and pieces today, which is good news.
Good.
Okay, open house really. Any more for anybody? And it seemed like a short week. This was a short session. This one does, but any more for any more?
I'll tell you what I'm going down the road of. I want to build a gasser with a raised front end, with the big engine sticking out the front. Now I've been wondering what to do for the suspension. A mate of mine been round with a box of RC cars because they have quite nice suspension on them with the struts. They have the bottom arms on them and all that. So I'm going to work out a way that I can attach it to obviously the die cast that I'm working on. But there's a box full of all sorts there. So that's another avenue going down at the moment.
Yeah, the gas has got a. You're gonna have to do a bit of work. I do a bit of research on the old interweb and have a look at some of the gases on there. I think it's all to do with the axle on the front, because you've got your pram wheels on the front, haven't you? And you got a very narrow, like an axle on the front, and your steering rack, and then your front, because your body's lifted up, and your front end's exposed, if you know what I mean. So if you haven't got the front end looking right, then I have got a Studebaker gasser up my shed. You
have to send us some pictures of that, Martin.
I'll do that tomorrow, Luke. I'll go up and get it. It's a Studebaker gasser, and it's got the lifted up front end, and it's in really, really good condition as well. It's 143 scale.
I'd be interested to see that, mate.
Yeah, I'll take some in-depth photos for you tomorrow. Brilliant. And send them to you. Because some have a fuel tank on the front as well, a little barrel tank on the front, don't it?
Yeah. I just thought it'd be interesting just to have a go at it. It would.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
So, this falls into what you describe as a gasser, then, Luke. A gasser is a type of hot rod originally used for drag racing. This type of car originated in the US in the 50s and continued until the early, wait when it runs out, until the early 1970s, in the days before Pro Stock. Does that ring true? What a gasser is?
Yeah, I like the sort of the later on stuff, the earlier stuff. That was a bit wacky racing. That one, but I like the stuff, especially when you see the 57 Chevys in that one. They look awesome, or the Chevy Impala. When they do them, they do look really, really nice if they're done properly. So, but I'm just mentioning down that avenue. I'll probably put a video out of one and just see how it does.
Yeah.
Jerry says they won't lose the sign. They won't lose the sign, Martin. I have faith.
Better not.
And one for Kev. PJ, did you receive the Batman cards I sent you? Yes, I did, Kev. I was blown away by them because Okay. Sorry, distracted by a comment from Ian. Then, Kev, I did. I haven't because I haven't seen you personally. I had a chance to thank you personally, but did give a shout out of the last week's chat. He sent me a Batmobile 66 and an Ertl 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile, which I haven't never had 143 scale. So I don't think it's let's stretch it over. It's that model, but it's the 143 scale of that, and it's gorgeous. So thank you for that, Kev. It's much appreciated, my friend. PJ, regarding your war comics, don't pay me. Pop £10 in as my December benefactor donation. That's fine by me. Will do it. Ian, much appreciated. In actual fact, I'll make it 15 to cover the postal costs as well. Jerry, gas is used regular high test petrol.
Yeah.
Don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not.
They were running big old lumps, they were back in the day.
I'm not. Top fuel racers use methanol.
Yeah, the dragsters, isn't it? The big dragsters, isn't it? The big long dragsters, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Right, so we'll do a quick round the houses. And anything? I'm conscious it's only been an hour, but anything else from you, Laz? Is this feeding his face?
I'm sorry. I have a few walnuts. No, I think
more apple strudel.
I'm just listening now, so no, there's nothing come to my mind.
This is when people just start to log on, and we're about to kick off. Yeah, Luke. Anything else going on that you want to bring up, mate?
I just wanted to mention to Kev, because I know he's online. I did read your message, Kev. That Plymouth is yours, man. I've got some other bits for you as well. So I'll get them in the post to you, mate.
I've mentioned this before, but the generosity of our community is blows you away. Second to none. The amount of the funds that we've had come in for the licensing and the vehicles that have been swapping hands with the parts and things like that. Can't thank people enough.
It's like a good car boot
Share and
sale.
tear it up. Yeah.
A private car boot sale.
Yeah. Martin, anything else you want to?
I was just
bring
going to
up?
say, Luke, if you get a chance to go in somewhere like the Works or something like, have a look for this book, this here book.
Pull it back a bit, buddy.
I can't see it. I can only see the top of your head, Martin.
It's
You go up a bit, mate. Oh, yeah.
The ultimate guide to hot rods.
Yeah, it's the ultimate guide to hot rods. Yeah, and I tell you what, there's some stuff in here, and I've just been looking up a couple of gases in here, but not in great detail. But yeah, there's some really nice stuff. It's worth having a look at that. You know, if
You should be able to get that online, shouldn't you?
yeah, the ultimate guide. Yeah, the ultimate guide to hot rods, and it's John Carroll, which is double R. Yeah.
Jump back in the chat for a sec. Kev said, that's great, PJ. Thanks for the mention to. Oh, you're welcome. No, thank you. Jerry's saying a burning question. What does Martin put on his toast?
What do I put on my toast? Marmalade.
You know, it's getting deep personal stuff now, mate. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll get Jerry's marmalade, mate. Yeah.
Marmalade.
Yeah.
Kevin
Yes, marmalade,
Kevin has a question as well. Go on, Kevin.
So is that margarine and marmalade, or just toast and marmalade?
No. It's got to be best butter.
Yeah.
Best
Butter. Yeah, butter
Best
is
butter.
better.
Yeah. Melted into that. Here we go. Look, lightly browned. You know, I don't like it black. We toast black. Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me write this down, Martin. Wait a second.
medium tan. Real butter. Yeah, so it's nice and melted into the toast. Yeah, I don't do the thick slices because they're nah. No, you're just doing medium slice, medium brown, nice butter, and a nice spread of marmalade. Yeah, probably I prefer the shredless because the other bits get stuck in your teeth and all sorts. But yeah, nicely done, and you've got to be hot. There's no point waiting for it to go cold because it's crap. Yeah, it's got to be hot.
I don't know
At
what I don't know
toaster.
what it is about. I completely agree with you about best butter, but by the time
Yeah.
you put it on toast, it's like it shreds your toast to pieces because it's trying to
I
like.
mean, you're not doing it right, PJ. You're not doing it right. You don't. It's because your butter's too hard, man. You got to
Yeah.
leave your butter out. Leave your butter out of the fridge. Yeah, and then especially in the winter time. Yeah, and then you just instead of digging it in, you just scrape the top off so you get the thin layer off. Yeah, it's an
I
art
can
form.
remember
It's
that
an
we used
art
to have
form.
the dishes, didn't we? It looked like a cheese piece.
I'm gonna have to do a video, aren't I? I'm gonna have to do a
Yeah.
video.
The DMC cookbook with Chef
Yeah.
Martin there. Yeah.
Yeah, and the dunking and the biscuit dunking, the art of biscuit dunking, because you got certain biscuits you can dunk and certain you can't. You got your Rambo biscuits and you got your lip biscuits. You know,
Lip biscuit.
Yeah. So you got to be careful when you're dunking. Yeah.
Kev says, I need to ask a question too. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, Lucky. You're a star. Martin purified Biscoff biscuits. Martin puts purified Biscoff biscuits. Right, okay. Martin, you can now get Biscoff spread. Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have.
Not yet, Kevin. Not yet. I haven't. No, not yet. I haven't. I'm a bit reluctant to dunk that in my tea, but I'll definitely. I haven't seen it for sale, but I'll keep my eye out and I'll have a look. Yeah, I'll have a look.
From toy, Mick saying from toy car to toast, we cover everything. We pretty much do.
Of course we do.
Jerry saying never put your it's got on topic going about bloody butter. Never put your butter in the fridge. Absolutely.
No, yeah. Too hard.
Margarine goes too soft. So you've got to put margarine.
Yeah. You got to get it in the medium because otherwise it goes like water and you just pour it on. It's no good.
Russ is saying, Martin soon.
Jerry, salted or unsalted? Butter. Salted or unsalted?
Salted.
Oh, you going hardcore. Salted.
Was salted the original best butter?
Yeah.
I always like the salted then. Martin, soon help. My dad had a dinky Jeep 153A. Do you know what? Okay, Martin, can you help? So I think there might be a few words missing out there. But Russ is asking, Martin, can you help? My dad had a dinky Jeep 153A. Do you know what tyres it takes? They're not smooth, but have some tread only on the circumference only.
153A, is that the one with what you can have a trailer with it? Hold on a second. I've got one in the cabinet here. I don't know if it's the same one.
Right, Kev had a question, so we'll
I'll
come back to that. I'll come back to you straight back to you, Kev, once he's had a look at this one.
I don't know if it's the one part. I can't see the number on this one. If there's one thing, is it this type?
It'll take
Is it that one?
Yeah, it'll take a few seconds for us to come back to the military one. Oh,
right.
I think I've got. Okay. Is that the one with the water cans on it and the?
Well, I would say it will probably be a 20. Yeah, on the military ones, they're normally got chunky square tires on them.
No, it's not. Okay.
It's not that one. No.
Russ, I can't remember whether I asked you before. Are you on Facebook? If so, by all means, stick us a picture in the on the DMC page, and we'll have a look at it for you.
What is that? Was 153?
153A. Yeah.
153A.
Yeah, that's the thought. You've got the books there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got the big one, but this one's not in order for some reason. This big one is never in order.
No. Well, while you're scouting that, we'll ask Kev's question. So when I'm stripping a casting with caustic soda and hot water, I leave for about 5 minutes. Then when I go back, the water level drops. This has recently happened. Why is this?
You got a hole in your tin.
Well, because you're putting boiling hot water in, the steam will evaporate over a period of the first couple of minutes. Because it's although you put hot water in, the caustic soda boosts that heat, so that's why you get the steam off it in a blast.
Yeah, 153A is the US Army Jeep.
It's the one with the star on the hood.
Yes,
I think I've got.
US Army Jeep. I haven't got one, to be honest with you. I would say there is it's on my phone at the minute. There is a tyre guide. I think that Land Rover I just showed you, that's a 20mm tyre. And I think the Land Rover, that particular Land Rover, if anybody's got one, I don't know if there were square tyres on that one. Square tyres, but
Right.
a square block tread on that one. I would say, if anything, there would be probably 17mm or 20mm. But looking at that one, it will probably be 17mm tyre.
You could tell how old it is, Martin, because it's got the pinched axles.
153, yeah.
Yeah, and the tyres is a very thin tread on the outside, on the top of the tyre, on the circumference. As Jerry, as Russ is saying, it's not on the side wall; it's just on the top of the tyre.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I've got it on here somewhere.
Jeep tyres.
I don't think you'll get it on there.
It looks like the. Oh, yeah, here we go. They're the. It looks like they're the dinky 20mm.
Black, yeah,
yeah, they'd probably do it. Let's see if we can. Sorry if this is a bit boring for people that are watching, but we're just trying
to.
It's
going to drop you an email, Martin. It is tiny.
Right, okay, right. Do we know the year of it, PJ? Have a look at the year of it, mate. Could you? In your book. What?
Yeah. Let me 153A. Images. 1946 to 55. That might be.
No, it's not that one.
That's the year the model was in service as an actual vehicle. I think not. But they're all saying, funnily enough, 46 to 55, 46 to 55, 46 to 55.
Right, okay, let's have a look then. I've got a thing on there.
I heard a bleep. Is that because? No, we've got everybody here.
Right, yeah. Tyres prior to 1958, there were only 4 types of tyres used on dinky toys. These are shown here on the left, and identifying which tyre fits which models is a simple matter of regular size. Dinky trucks and cars had smooth round section tyres, either 15mm or 17mm diameter. The super trucks from 1947 had 20mm round tread super toy tyres in the black or the grey. And in 1958 saw the introduction of the first plastic window bubbles for dinky tyres. Let's have a look what else we got here. There is one on military stuff here. I can't see where it is here.
I'm just going to go straight on to.
Here we go. A lightly treaded tyre is occasionally found on small 160. 1950s. The 1950s military trucks in the 600 series, which included the Bedford RL, the Bedford QL, had 5mm smooth tyres until 1958. They were then given the square block tread army tyres as shown below. About the same time, these trucks were fitted with a figure, a driver inside the cab, blah, blah, blah. The Austin Champ, just trying to see about the shows you a picture of the Jeep. Yeah, the Austin Champ had a standard 4mm smooth tyres until 1958, and they fitted 15mm on the Austin Champ. Yeah, just right. It's not specifically saying Jeep, but it's the 15mm treaded. I would go on that one. Looking at that, look at that Jeep. Hold on. Yeah, so it's an early Jeep. Then an early Jeep, I would say. The early Jeep would be a, did I say 17mm? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 or 17mm. It's not a specific guide on that particular Jeep.
It's definitely one of the early vehicles in the range.
Yeah, it's a smooth. Yeah. It originally came with smooth tyres. Yeah.
Good one. That's tested as a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a bit vague. There is a selection of tyres on it. It's not a bad little guide. So I had this tucked away for quite a while, but if I can send it on to him, I will.
So Jerry's saying it's the American Jeep with the star on the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Kev's Bangers, your hot dog jaw isn't a foot long. Okay. We're saying, I will drop you an email, Martin. It is tiny. It is tiny. 1946.
Yeah, I'm pretty much see it here. Yes, solid windscreen, straight bumper. Yeah. In fact, I think I don't know if I hold it up, you won't be able to see it or go all wanky. Yeah.
Jerry
I would
said
say
17mm block thread for the Jeep.
Yeah.
17 mil.
Yeah, the Austin Champ's got 17mm. You can see that. What I try and do is when you
1946 one, is the one he's got.
46. Yeah, he'll have smooth tyres on it. Then he'll have smooth tyres, and obviously there'll be 15mm smooth tyres. Looking at it, that's my guess. When he emails me, I'll try and send you these pictures.
Can you just hold the book up that you've got, Martin, that you're just referring to, just so that?
Well, no, I'm looking. It's not a book I'm looking at. It's something that I downloaded. I don't know if you could. You won't be able to see it. It's something I downloaded, and it's called Which Tires Fit What? Dinky Toys, Precision Die Cast, Meccano, Pre-War, but it's all about tires actually. It goes all the time.
Martin, that sounds a very good book. Thanks all. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know. Hopefully we've helped some way towards it.
Well, if you email me, I'll try and send these pictures over to you that I got, which I downloaded, and I'll see if I can do that. If not, I'll take a picture of them and then send them via a picture. But we'll get them to you. I'll get them to you and have a look, and that'll give you a guide then for all your tyres for your dinky toys later on at a later date. Because there's trucks and that. For 15, 17mm, especially some of the older ones, and the big lorries are 20 mils. Most of them were averaged out of 15. The cars, but I think that little Jeep, looking at the picture there, I think it is probably end up originally when it first produced had 15mm smooths on it. But I imagine over time they've been changed to more a modern tread.
Yeah, Jared said 17 mil block tread for the Jeep. Was saying thanks.
Yeah. There is different sizes. There's different sizes of Jeeps, isn't there?
Well, that's about. Yeah, go on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, they produced a bigger Jeep as well, didn't they? They got the small one, the original one, and they made two bigger ones after that. They made one with that you got, PJ, with all the soldiers in it.
Oh, the one with, yeah, I've got the one that's got the machine gun on the back and front.
And they made it. They made another one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's have a look again. What they got here. I've got the other one. I'm in the other library now, chaps. I have two libraries, one in the kitchen,
All going on.
one in the other room. I'm all over the house. I'm all over the house with it, mate. I'll tell you. I'm all over it. All over it. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves. We'll have a look, see if I can find it. Will you?
How's you been doing, lads?
I have company.
How we see, mate? She okay?
Yeah, she's all right. Yeah,
She all right?
yeah, she's good. Thank you. Yeah, she just come here, sit with me.
Friday's down there, just finally fell asleep. Goodness.
She has nothing else to do.
Mention her name, she wakes up. Good girl. So, what we got coming up? Well, we've just done the. I say we. The boys have just done the any army vehicle that'll be going live on Monday. The collection of entries that people have sent to us. So I've got the video put together for that. I'll try and get that done tomorrow. Cut-off point tomorrow. I know that we've had a couple of late entries, so
Yeah, mine will be late. Mine will be late.
It's all right. Russ, don't apologise, mate. We like the fact that people are coming on here and asking us questions. So
Yeah, that's it. Keep us on the toes, mate. Keep us on the toes.
Yeah.
Keep on the toes. Yeah, that's what it's all about, mate. If we can help out, that's what we're here for. So yeah, thanks to everybody who's took part in the vehicle challenge. We're coming up in December. We've got the Aussies. What's he on about? Have you got a domestic going on there? You're right.
My lad, soaking broken biscuits. Go on in.
Yeah, that Jeep was produced by Dinky between 1946 and 1948.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that right.
Oh, here we go. James just logged on. Justin Thompson says, "All log off." Good. How are you, Paul? Good to see you, mate. Sorry for the talk. No, please don't apologize. That Jeep, I quite now I think about it. I really like that Jeep. The version that I've got with the machine guns and water cans on it and stuff. But you ended up paying. Oh, it's got an aerial on it as well. I think I ended up paying a lot of money to get that bloody thing up to speed.
Yeah, well, they did a Hotchkiss Jeep as well, which was number 816, a Hotchkiss Jeep. That one. It's an early one.
I posted his entry yesterday. Yes, I know you did, mate. I've got to go through them. Hopefully, we'll have a bit of a lie-in tomorrow, and I'll have less.
That's what I was saying, Luke. You know, you in your job lot that you did your video of, and you had that red cap with a black trailer, which with no body on it. You remember the other night we were talking? I said I was looking for a door.
Yeah.
For that truck. Well, that's the same truck I was looking for the door for, and it's this one.
Right.
You remember?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's a big old truck, that Martin, as well.
It's a long old truck. I've got a spare plastic body. Yeah. It's not in the best condition, but you might be able to get size of it to reproduce one.
Well, probably repair the body and I'll just print some back doors or something for it.
Because they're expensive.
Bring it stuff with you, Martin, if you don't mind, mate.
Yeah, if I remember. Yeah.
We are endeavouring to build a skills with the 3D printing for parts and stuff. So, if anybody's looking for a part, can't find it, not promising that we can do it or replicate it, but we'll have a go. So drop us a line if you're struggling to find something.
Yeah, I've just seen two more Jeeps that I think he did, and I hadn't realised. There was an 828 Jeep with missiles, and there's an 829 Jeep with cannon. Yeah.
Well, you think your collection is getting close to complete? You just found a bucket load more to collect now.
Well, yeah, I've sort of overlooked the military stuff really,
Yeah.
because I don't know. They're just plain green, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, but they do look. I mean, if you get a set of them, low loaders and tanks and stuff like that, they do look really cool if you've got them laid out nicely.
Yeah.
Play
But
ball
that's about us, then, boys. I think really. Isn't
Fine.
it?
with matchsticks. Oh, and there's a mini moat what parachutes out by the parachute. That'd be ideal for my hamster. Yeah. Yeah. It's a mini moat. It comes with a crate and it's got a parachute with it. That, if that was, I should have had that when I was a kid. That'd have been cool.
Amazing. You don't get to know Martin Daring until you get to know him. Ian always said, please print me a new spine and new knees, please, PJ. I'll do my best for you, mate. I'll do my best.
Well, they do medical parts now. They do 3D printing of bits and pieces, don't they? We can get you, sort that out for you.
Michael saying, private chat, good afternoon. Here's my late note. Okay. Thanks, Michael. Right. A bit of a short one this week. We'll try and do it a bit longer the next time we come round. It's been a bit of a, I don't know, tiring week this week for one reason or another. But there you go. We haven't missed a session, so unless anybody's got anything else, we'll call it a night. Gentlemen, shall have a human cannonball truck, ideal for hamsters.
Oh yeah, Pucker. Yeah, he would love that. He would have loved that. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, could have got him a wingsuit as well. I mean, he would have loved that. Yeah. Oh. Brilliant.
Right. Toast
I'm
and hamster.
going to buy another hamster.
He can get done for animal cruelty. He will.
No, I wouldn't. No.
If
they can have red pandas, I can have a flying hamster. Yeah.
We've reached the bottom of the barrel when we talk about hamsters, toast, and yeah. All right. Well, it's a good night from me. A good night from Laz, Martin.
Good night.
Good night.
Boys, as always.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Just a bit of fun. Take it on. It's just a bit of fun.
Bit of fun. We're keeping this going. So hopefully we'll see in a fortnight's time whether we've got a guest or not. I don't know whether we've got a category or not. Who knows? We'll have some. Well, it's getting towards Christmas, so we're starting to looking at.
We're getting a Christmas mood then. Yeah.
We'll be looking at things like tools.
Christmas hamsters.
We've also got the 3D printing to cover. Hamsters are in. Night all.
Hamsters are in.
And we'll see you.